Hello, Libra. Welcome to your 2019 astrology. My name's Donna Page, and thank you for joining me. Libra, the main takeaway for the astrology and the vibe that's going on for 2019 is that there is a duality that's happening between hope and enthusiasm and this undercurrent of fear and what if. And that is seen astrologically between the square that will be happening between Neptune and Jupiter this year. They're both in their ruling signs, Sagittarius and Pisces. They will square 3 times, once in January 13th, in the middle of June, and then September 21st. And these energies are bringing up, they are all about hope and enthusiasm and dreaming and visualizing. They do not care about the material world. They care about the world of the spirit, the world of the imagination, the world of what can be. And so these energies are happening in your chart that are between the area of life that has to do with learning and communication and your daily life. What's your ideal life? What's your ideal? You wake up in the morning and do this and then have that. What is your ideal? And then how much would you like to expand and learn and know and grow? And trips, what are this third house area? And do you want to write a book? Do you want to have a blog? What is it that you want where you can share your knowledge with others? And again, doesn't care about the practicalities. It is about the imagination and what's possible. However, we also have 2 other planets, Saturn and Pluto, that are in Capricorn, that are very close to each other. They'll be conjunct in 2020. And they are in an area of your chart that is about your home, your subconscious, and early childhood. And they're the ones that says, hey, just because you're sitting around daydreaming all the time, are you going to be able to pay your phone bill, right? So this energy, this dual energy, is about being able to dream and not fall into the fear. And the eclipses this year are more important than most years because the eclipses are in that Capricorn and then the opposite side, Cancer side, from which that Pluto and Saturn is going on. In fact, the first eclipse starts the year off January 6th. It's the day that Uranus goes direct, and Uranus is direct 2 more months in Aries, going back a little cleanup about are you living your own authentic life? Are you living life according to what you want and not what society or somebody else says you're supposed to be? And then it will shift into Taurus, which is another sign that's ruled by Venus, like you are. Speaking of Venus, your ruling planet, she is at her greatest elongation on the day of the solar eclipse, January 6th, at 28 Scorpio, which means she's very bright in the sky. It actually means she's the farthest from the sun she can get, which means she's very bright in the sky. And she is a morning star, so you see her in the morning before the sun rises. She will be a morning star until she goes invisible in July, and then makes a conjunction with the sun August 14th. And then in September, you start to see her. And she comes out as an evening star. So you see her after the sun sets. So this energy of your ruling planet, that morning star, go after what you want. Venus is what we love, what we desire, brings us pleasure. Go after what we want. The evening energy from September onward, it's more about being able to sit and allow it to come. So this allowing to come. Now, in March, Mercury will go retrograde for the first time. It will go retrograde 3 times this year in the water element. And the water elements in your chart, they are happening in the places of the chart that really have to do with work and finances. Okay? Your daily life, your work, your career, how you want to be known. But Mercury being in the water sign, it's an intuitive side. So it's about being able, and Mercury, remember, goes up to the cosmic consciousness, our higher self, our higher knowledge, then goes to the underworld, right? Which is the subconscious, what we can't really see, and then brings it up to the earth and how we can use it. So understanding the higher, being able to grasp onto the collective unconscious, knowledge from the wisdoms from that's out there, understanding, which is deep for you this next couple years, very strong, what your subconscious motivation is, patterns are. And then being able to bring it out, to have this fluid energy between doing a work you like, having your life, just a daily life that you like, that can bring you abundance, that can bring you the money that you want to live the life the way you want to live. So the first Mercury retrograde is in March, the second one is in July, and the third one is in November, more or less. Those are the times where you might feel it's like, okay, let me make sure I'm doing some meditation here to do this. The eclipses are between your 4th house of subconscious and the 10th house of career. So over this next year, you can have some thoughts about, well, maybe I want to, why did I choose what I chose? And if it's, what can I choose now? What makes sense for me to do different now? So the July eclipses, July 2nd, the solar eclipse, July on the July 14th, 21st. I'm sorry, I forgot. It's a 24 Capricorn, July 14th, 16th. 24 Capricorn is the lunar eclipse in July. So July 16th, lunar eclipse, 24 Capricorn, which is vibrating with Saturn. So it's another energy of really getting in touch with what's right for you. It's not only what about Saturn, you hear Saturn about being responsible, but it's about being responsible for your life and taking your own authority back about what's important for you in your life. Now, there's a couple other things that are going on. Well, there's a lot, but how much can you say in a short video? Chiron starts the year out in Pisces. And then Chiron moves into Aries for most of the year, opposite your sign. So Chiron and Aries opposite your sign, it can be that there's other people out there in the world that you can discern, use your intuition. Are they good for me or not? That's the bottom line. Will they help me? Will they support me in my life where I feel that I'm more than, better than, more complete, more whole? Or do they have the capacity? Is there something about them that will pull me back into a person that, that's not really gets me off my track? So the keywords for Chiron are always wounded healer, but it's so much deeper than that. So who in my life really lifts me up and supports who I can be, the best I can be, and who is like maybe, just not so much that. And then also Black Moon Lilith starts the year in Aquarius. And Aquarian energy for you is in your solar 5th house of what you love, what you enjoy, love affairs, children, and spends most of the year in Pisces, which is where Neptune is, where Mercury will go retrograde. And that's your daily routine, your daily work, your daily health, what keeps you healthy, what your habits are that are, you just have. And so Black Moon Lilith, that's the concept of, I don't care what society says, what's been put on top of me that I'm supposed to do, or that's the right thing to do. And sometimes she can feel ostracized, shoved away, alone, not necessarily going her own path. So, but there's a depth to that. And so there's a depth to you doing your life, your daily routine, even though the circle that you are in might not even understand it. So maybe you work in a very traditional type of a job and, saying, I got to go to I'm taking a long weekend to go to some shamanic training or shamanic retreat or yoga retreat or whatever it is, right? That's your spiritual renewal. and they might think you're off your, you know, what? Is she crazy? So, but that energy there is saying, you know, don't let it bug you. It's just, maybe they'll catch up someday, maybe they won't, but who cares? So doing what it is that is right for you. And then she ends up the year in Aries, where Chiron will be. And that is that healing that you put into your daily routine, your meditation you put in your daily routine, your spiritual, artistic side of you that somehow you work into your life, maybe not every day, but you work into your life, then it can come out by the end of the year where you have these relationships that are really solid and very, very healing, very, very much true to support the highest side, the best that you want to be. Okay, thank you very much for joining in, and have a very happy new year.